Hey guys, it's Bub here, and in this video, for once, we're taking a look at an ISO that is actually released by Microsoft. Today we're taking a look at Windows Fundamentals for Legacy PCs. Now, Windows Fundamentals for Legacy PCs is a thin client release of Windows NT about Windows XP. It was released in July of 2006, nearly 2 years after Windows XP Service Pack 2, which is what this is based off of. Now, for those of you who may not know, the successor to this was Windows Thin PC. So it is more of a lightweight build for thin clients. And obviously, you could probably run it on older PCs as well, hence the legacy PCs. So this was really Microsoft's own version of Tiny XP, back before Tiny PC was even a thought. Let's go ahead and get into the installation of this ISO. So we can see here that this looks a little different from the out-of-box experience, or the boot menu rather, of Windows XP. Remember, this was 2006, so we are kind of merging Windows Vista era things with Windows XP. For example, see the new Windows logo up here? That is the Vista logo before Vista was released. We're going to go ahead and click Next, agree to the very short, like 2-sentence terms. We are going to set up Windows on my computer. Remember, this is for thin clients, so you could set it up over a remote desktop session too. But again, Windows on my computer, interactive mode, next. And now we have to enter our product key. Alright, now that our product key is entered, we can just go ahead and proceed with that. We want our typical configuration, what this would come with by default. We're going to select unpartitioned space, and it appears we actually have to create a partition first and then install. It doesn't do it by itself. We actually get a lot more options with fundamentals for legacy PCs over, typical Windows XP. Because obviously thin clients need a little more customization. So we're just going to call this Windows FLP, Fundamental for Legacy PCs, and next. We're going to go ahead and name ourselves Windows from organization Microsoft, and computer name we'll leave it the same. We won't set an admin password, or, well, I guess we have to. You can get an IP address. We're just going to pull from DHCP, so we're not going to statically set any addresses here. It's not a member of a work group, and we're installing. So that was a lot more customization than we saw with actually any version of Windows installation. So I'm going to go ahead and let this run, and we'll see where we get. Alright, and here we are in the logon screen of Windows Fundamentals for Legacy PCs. So I'm going to go ahead and press Ctrl-Alt-Delete, and I believe we should log in with our administrator account and the password that we created earlier. And here we go, we are now logging into Windows Fundamentals. I'm going to go ahead and see if we can get VMware Tools on here. I don't know if we'll be able to. I mean, we should, because it's based off of XP SP2, but let's find out. Alright, here we are in the desktop of Windows Fundamentals for Legacy PCs. So as you can see, it doesn't look too much different from the default Windows XP desktop, except obviously we no longer have Bliss as the background, and Bliss isn't even an option. The only option is a color, so we'll leave it as the default right now and not open help. So on the desktop we have our recycle bin, which opens up a very plain and simple Windows Explorer window that is literally just the recycle bin. Down on the right side we have the system tray, which gives us the time, safely remove hardware, our volume, again typical Windows XP, Windows security alerts, and VMware Tools. Over on the left side of the taskbar we are missing our quick launch options, so that is no longer there, and we have our start menu, which is honestly pretty funny because it's such a short start menu. All we have here on the right side of the start menu is My Computer, Control Panel, Printers and Faxes, Help and Support, and Run. Obviously, My Computer, this will show that we're running Windows Fundamentals for Legacy PCs. On this side of the start menu, we have nothing because there's nothing here by default. In My Programs, we have Windows Update, which is just a web page that doesn't exist anymore. Then we have Accessories, and all the accessories we get are our accessibility, and there's only 5 of them. Communication, so things like hyper-terminal network connections. Entertainment, we have literally volume control. That is it. Then we have System Tools, so Activate Windows, Disk Defragmenter, Scheduled Tasks, Security Center, and System Restore. We then have our typical calculator, Command Prompt, Notepad, and Windows Explorer. Then we have our Startup folder, which is empty. We have Internet Explorer, which this should be IE6. Yep, IE6 right there, with the classic Windows 2000 ME style logo right there. Pretty cool. And then we have Remote Access, or Remote Assistance, because remember, this is meant for thin client PCs. So those are they're really low powered devices. They're really tiny devices. So that's really all that's included in this OS by default. Again, this really resembles Tiny 11 and Tiny 10 of modern day. I mean, it's very simplistic, very cut back, and you can obviously see its target audience just based on the communications things that are included in this OS. And it's nice to see that the remote desktop session is not that much different from what we see today. Pretty interesting. So yeah, opening up my computer, we can actually see that, I mean, this looks exactly like Windows XP does today. Nothing out of the ordinary. What kind of personalization options do we have? So we have slideshow options for my pictures and the default Windows XP, which isn't even the default Windows XP. It's just Windows Fundamentals for Legacy PCs with that Windows Vista logo, and that's it. That's all we got. Under Appearance, we can change the appearance between Classic and Windows XP, and we still do get different color options, which is pretty cool. I didn't think that they would include those. And it even automatically changes the background, which is pretty cool. Well, the background color at least. But we'll go back to blue for the sake of this video. I mean, that's really all the customization you get. There's not much else you can do. Opening Task Manager, I gave this VM 512 megabytes of RAM, which is honestly probably way more than this OS needs. And Task Manager is not opening for us, so I'm not able to tell you how much RAM it's using. But we can go into here and we can see how much disk space we are using. So on the C drive, we are actually using 872 megabytes of disk space. That is nothing. And that's with VMware Tools installed. I don't know how much VMware Tools actually takes up. I don't know if I'm able to see that in here. Okay, yeah, VMware Tools takes up 56 megs. So without VMware Tools, I mean, we're looking at a Windows install size of maybe 820 megabytes, which is honestly, I think that might be the smallest Windows install I have ever seen in this channel. I mean, that is ridiculously tiny, but it cuts out so much bloat that really is unnecessary. And let's go ahead into WinVer and let's just see what we're dealing with here. Yep, Windows Fundamentals for Legacy PCs. You can definitely see, especially in the logos and the branding, the transitionary period between XP and Vista, because remember, this is a 2006. So we can see this new Windows theme, like the logos throughout the OS, especially when we go to do a screensaver. I mean, that's the most apparent one. The logos are really interesting. Like, that's a Windows Vista logo. And you wake it up and it's a Windows XP. So it's that interesting transitionary period where some things are Windows Vista, some things are Windows XP. So that being said, thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you're new around here, as I do all kinds of different technology videos and device restorations. If you have an interest in me looking at Windows Thin PC, let me know down in the comments below and we'll take a look at that possibly next week. With that being said, I'll see you all in the next one.